Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like nobody. Like I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game. Well, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting on TV. Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like no.
And there is Tank Davis stating that he is the most skillful fighter that's fighting today. And, I think what happens with Tank, I mean, he rubs a lot of people wrong because he says stuff like this, not saying that he's false, because Tank has skill. I mean, he's very talented, but the problem is it's a vexing speech to hear when you hear someone talk about how good they are, but at the same token, they don't want to show you anything. They want to show you that they're good, but they don't want to show you that they're great, that they can be challenged, that the people that they're referring to, they'll never fight. And you're like, okay, so what good are you saying how good you are, bragging, when you're not fighting the guys that you say you're better than? That's just common sense. Common sense. See, if Tank was one of those guys that was hungry, if he had that mindset of Vasily Lomachenko, that he was moving through weight classes, like Inouye's doing right now in a smaller sense, Roy Jones did back in the day, right? If he had that mindset, he would be the most sought after fighter around right now, because he could then actually show people what the hell he's actually talking about. He can show people like, hey, this is why I'm the best, because I'm showing you guys, if those guys want to test, I'll put them to rest. Like Lennox Lewis, big up England, big up, right? But he doesn't. He sits there at 135. He fought one time at 140. Mario Barrios, he fought. And he beat Mario Barrios. And it's like, okay, yeah, we see the dog in you. We see, yeah, he got touched up by Mario. But then that was it. That's no different really than someone like Lomachenko going to 135, getting dropped by Jorge Linares, right? And then stopping right there. There's no difference. And the problem is, like with those type of guys that only stop at a certain weight class, we will never see how good they are. See, one thing I can say about Chocolatito Gonzalez is that we knew where his cap was, because ultimately he ran into a guy, Randansai, right? Randansai is that guy that stopped Chocolatito's train. Okay, he stopped him right then, right there. And he knew this was the last and this is the highest that I can go and weight. Okay, and there's no shame in that. The only problem is us as fans, we have to change our way of thinking, because the same people that keep Tank relevant are the same ones that don't want him to be tested, because they don't want to see him get beat. Because if they think he gets beat, they think he's less than. You know what I'm saying? And they got that from that Floyd Mayweather bullshit that we grew up watching when the heavyweight division died over 20 years ago. You see what I mean? Because everyone else wasn't really no longer a factor. Roy Jones Jr. got beat. So after all, it was like, it is what it is. So I think Tank Davis stating that he's the best means absolutely, positively nothing if he does not want to prove it. And it's like, well, I could believe him, because I like to see Tank bust somebody up. No diddy. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm sick of Tanks talking about how good he is, and I'm just as good as Floyd Mayweather. Well, Floyd, your mentor, was just like you. I mean, later on. He was one of those guys that he didn't want to show how good he was. He just wanted to make the most money. Well, hell, why can't you do both? Why can't you show people and get paid at the same time? What's wrong with that? You know, you're killing two birds with one stone by showing that you're the best. But at the same time, you're getting paid. So I think that was the whole point of Tank Davis saying what he said. But if it's just him saying that I'm the best and he has no intentions on proving it, please, pretty please, with sprinkles on top, shut up. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tank Davis stating that he is the best fighter in the world today that's fighting right now. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.